Bold and beautiful 2-week spoilers December 15th to 26th. Steffy drops Bombshell Ultimatum. Katie's dramatic exit shakes LA. Bold and the beautiful 2-week spoilers for December 15th to 26th, 2025 expect Steffy Forresters, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, Ultimatum and Katie Logan, Heather Tom, walking out plus preemption info for Christmas week. Bold and beautiful 2-week spoilers, Katie Logan stunned. Let's get right into it. Monday, December 15th, we've got the Katie and Bill Spencer, Don Diamant, story that's going to pick up from Friday's episode. So, Katie is stunned by Bill's marriage proposal and his suggestion that they have an insta-wedding since people are there already. It kind of seems like they're stealing Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and Liam Spencer's Scott Clifton thunder. But I guess it's also cheaper on the bold and beautiful budget. So, Bill and Katie are going to get married that same day at the Spencer Mansion with Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Donna Logan, Jennifer Garais. They're supporting their sister. And Bill is going to tell Katie this week that he's got this fantastic wedding present for her. He wants to launch her own fashion house. He wants to invest in it. Bill's gift thrills Katie, but it also freaks her out a little bit because this would be a huge life change. She was CEO of Forrester Creations years ago. She knows how to run a fashion brand, but she's not a designer herself. So it's a little complicated. Also, Finn, Tanner Novlin, and Steffy celebrate their love with some passion, but business drama is headed her way. BNB spoilers. Sheila's rage, Deacon's concern and career crossroads. Tuesday, December 16th, we've got Bill getting a special gift from Katie. We'll see what that is. I wonder if she's going to say that if she does this fashion house, she wants it to have the Spencer name on it rather than Logan. I mean, that would be kind of interesting. She's not 100% sold on the fashion house concept at this point, though, because this is going to be very new information for her. Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, and Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, are worried about Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, her antics, how she's behaving, and the things she is saying. Taylor's going to tell Deacon how enraged Sheila was about the wedding snub. And clearly, she's not going to let this go. With Christmas coming, she also knows that Deacon's kids are not going to want her around for any of that. So that means he'd be off celebrating with his kids, and she's just sitting at home staring at the wall. She's still grieving crazy Luna Nozua's Lisa Yamada death, and she really doesn't have anybody else in her life but Deacon and a very thin friendship with Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda. Sheila starts slipping on bold, villainous returns. Things aren't working great for Sheila. Is this going to chafe her? And if she starts picking up any vibes from Taylor and Deacon, that's going to chafe her even more. We also have Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., finding out from Brooke on Tuesday that Hope and Liam aren't the only newlyweds. Brooke's going to tell him that Katie married Bill on the spot. I wonder if Ridge is going to criticize Bill for sucking up the oxygen at Liam and Hope's big day. Wednesday, December 17th, we have newly married Katie struggling with a colossal and life-changing career decision. She's been at Forrester Creations running their public relations for quite a while now. Bill doesn't like the way that Ridge is treating Katie. Bill doesn't like Katie answering to Brooke and Ridge. And we know that whatever Ridge says, Brooke's going to go along with it. Bill isn't there for any of it. He doesn't like it. Katie has to consider whether she's ready to quit Forrester Creations, walk away from everything she's done there, and launch a new business. It's risky, but Bill has the money to invest even if it fails. But Katie's debating if she can make that change at this stage in her life. Thomas Forrester's shocking return shakes up Forrester Creations on Bold and the Beautiful. Thursday, December 18th, we've got Katie telling Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, and Bill what's holding her back. This is about what's keeping her from walking away from her job at Forrester Creations and starting a new chapter with this new fashion house. Part of it may be about leaving her sisters behind. Brooke's very involved there. I think Donna has some sort of job there. And it may also be a weird concept to Katie that she'd be in a position to compete with Brooke and Ridge. It may be overwhelming to think about finding a lead designer and all that kind of stuff, which I bet is going to be surprisingly easy. Steffy is surprised by Thomas Forrester's Matthew Atkinson return. He is back up at Forrester Creations, and I'm sure Steffy is thrilled to have her brother back. Remember Thomas said after his split from Paris Buckingham, Diamond White, that he was feeling kind of unmoored and unmotivated. He wasn't leading a major line or anything. He wasn't excited, and Thomas wants to be back near family. And so does Douglas Forrester, Henry Joseph Samory. Thomas on a mission. Thomas walks into the Forrester Creations showroom with Steffy, Ridge, and Deke Sharp Harrison Cohn. And he's pointing at the runway, saying he needs to be there. Deke tells Hope he's worried about his future at Forrester Creations because Thomas, who is a well-respected designer, has come back. Hope for the future was kicking, but when he was the lead designer. And it looks like everybody wants him back on the Hope for the Future team, except for Deke and Hope. But Ridge is quite happy that Thomas is home and ready to get to work. Bold and the beautiful Christmas week spoilers, preemptions, and power plays. Friday, December 19th, we've got Brooke in utter disbelief as Katie drops a bombshell. It looks like she is going to resign from Forrester. I do wonder if she's going to tell Brooke she's starting a new fashion house, or if she'll be more vague and tell Brooke that she's going to start a new business and that Bill's investing. Also, Hope and Steffy disagree about Deke. Steffy wants to fire him. And I don't think Hope's going to think it's fair since Deke has done good work and they're just starting to get into their groove on the line together. Hope doesn't want to work with Thomas again. It's going to be uncomfortable. It could upset Liam and have an effect on her new marriage. But Steffy doesn't want to hear any of this, and she's going to shut Hope down. Steffy tells Hope she's not going to make business decisions about Hope being uncomfortable around Thomas. And when Hope says Deke has fresh ideas and there has to be room to keep him there, Steffy's like, nope, nope. December 22nd through 26th. Christmas week, December 22nd through the 26th. If Bold sticks to their usual pattern, we should get 4 new episodes this week with a rerun on Christmas Day, Thursday, December 25th, unless CBS Daytime shakes it up and skips Christmas Eve as well. Deke's future at Forrester Creations is decided. Deacon's going to be really annoyed with Ridge, Steffy, and Brooke if his son loses his job. Brooke and Ridge are going to be a little surprised that Katie left and is about to go do her own thing and start her own business. Sheila is not going to handle the holidays well. Liam is quite worried because Thomas is back, and he may side with Ridge about Eric Forrester's John McCook retirement. This means Thomas gets a bigger role at Forrester Creations, so he'll be happy about that. And of course, Ridge is ecstatic that Thomas is no stranger to earthquakes. But the tremor that shook the foundations of both Forrester Creations and Spencer Publications this week was entirely man-made, or rather woman-made. As the glittering lights of the Christmas season begin to twinkle over Beverly Hills, the 2 most powerful families in daytime drama are reeling from a 1-2 punch of shocking betrayals, unexpected unions, and a devastating power struggle that has fundamentally redrawn the lines of love and loyalty. The 2-week spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful running from December 15th to the 26th reveal a period of catastrophic change. At the heart of the chaos are 2 fierce, determined women. Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, who uses a family crisis to consolidate power, and Katie Logan, Heather Tom, whose pursuit of self-worth culminates in a dramatic professional and personal exit that will leave her sisters, Brooke and Donna, absolutely stunned. Steffy's Bombshell Ultimatum, a cold coup at Forrester. The already volatile atmosphere at Forrester Creations reaches a fever pitch with the unexpected return of Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, from Paris. While Ridge is ecstatic to have his prodigal son back, Steffy sees an opportunity, a chance to not just reinforce the Forrester presence against the Logan influence, but to also restore a creative vision she believes was lost. Her target? Hope Logan, Annika Noel, as rising star, and more specifically, her design colleague, Deke Sharp Harrison Cohn. The ultimate confrontation. The true drama begins when Thomas, still unmoored after his recent breakup, walks into the showroom and stakes his claim. pointing out that he is the heir to the Forrester name and deserves a seat at the design table. Steffy doesn't just agree, she weaponizes it. The spoilers confirm a monumental clash between the two co-SOS, Steffy and Hope, over Deke's future. Steffy's decision is brutal and swift. She delivers a bombshell ultimatum that leaves no room for negotiation. Deke Sharp must be fired immediately to make room for Thomas. For Hope, this isn't just a personnel issue, it's a slap in the face. Deke, her half-brother and a crucial creative partner, has done exceptional work, and their collaboration has stabilized the Hope for the Future line. Hope, now newly remarried to Liam, sees Steffy's move as purely personal, a relentless power play designed to weaken her position and inject chaos back into her life via the presence of Thomas. Steffy, however, is a woman possessed by a singular, cold logic. She tells Hope in no uncertain terms that she will not make business decisions based on Hope's personal comfort around her brother. The implication is clear, it's Thomas or Deke. Steffy is willing to sacrifice any fragile piece to secure the corporate landscape for the Forrester legacy. This callous display of corporate ruthlessness is the sad news for the Logans, who suddenly realize that the Forrester side of the family is once again operating without a safety net of empathy. The question for the fans is, will Hope stand her ground and risk her job, or will she concede to Steffy's iron fist, allowing Thomas to re-enter the FC orbit and inevitably the orbit of her private life? Loudly crying face Katie's dramatic exit. The Logan sister stuns L.A. While the boardroom war rages at Forrester, an equally seismic shift is occurring in the life of Katie Logan. The week begins with a dramatic, impromptu wedding. Bill Spencer, never one for subtlety, stuns Katie with a sudden proposal and an instant ceremony, making them husband and wife again on the spot. But the real gift and the source of the ensuing drama is his wedding present. Bill wants to launch a brand new fashion house, backed by Spencer money with Katie at the helm. Katie is thrilled, yet terrified. She was CEO of Forrester Creations years ago and possesses the business acumen, but the pressure to start a major rival from scratch is monumental. This is a monumental career crossroads that she grapples with all week long. A sisterly betrayal and a bold decision. Part of Katie's turmoil stems from feeling increasingly sidelined and underappreciated at Forrester Creations. The recent drama surrounding Luna Nozoa's tragic death, the one that rocked both the Logan and Steffy families, led Ridge and Brooke to hire an outside PR firm, effectively usurping Katie's role as the in-house PR specialist. Brooke, in her attempt to support her husband Ridge, subtly agrees with the decision, leaving Katie feeling betrayed and superfluous. This sisterly betrayal, combined with Bill's irresistible offer, pushes Katie to a stunning conclusion. The spoilers tease that Katie confides in Bill and will about what's holding her back, and in a pivotal moment, she shares shocking news that leaves Brooke speechless. The dramatic exit is confirmed. Katie Logan walks out of Forrester Creations. She is not just quitting her job. She is launching Spencer Fashion House, a move that immediately ignites a new, massive feud between the Forrester and Spencer dynasties. Bill is ecstatic. He gets his wife, his son Will, and a brand new corporate weapon to use against his perennial enemy, Ridge Forrester. The fashion world of Los Angeles, already fatigued by the constant Logan versus Forrester drama, is now staring down the barrel of an all-out, third-party fashion war. High voltage, the ripple effect, turmoil beyond the boardroom. The decisions made by Steffy and Katie don't happen in a vacuum, and the final days of the 2-week period hint at the wider fallout. The Hope-Liam marriage test. Liam is already uneasy about Thomas's return, and Steffy forcing Thomas back into a working relationship with Hope is a massive, immediate test for his new marriage. Liam will likely side with Ridge on the concurrent, massive debate about forcing Eric into retirement, only complicating his relationship with the Logans and Forresters, founding patriarch. The Sheila and Deacon concern. The holiday season brings no peace for the town's most notorious villainess. With Sheila left out of Hope and Liam's wedding, her already tenuous grip on reality, and stability begins to slip. Taylor and Deacon both grow increasingly concerned about her erratic, escalating behavior, setting the stage for a dangerous New Year's Eve climax. Eric's fate and Ridge's agenda. All of this drama is unfolding against the backdrop of Eric Forrester's declining health and Ridge's persistent push for his father's retirement. The new power players, Steffy, Thomas, and the suddenly independent Katie, will inevitably be pulled into the struggle for the ultimate control of the Forrester legacy, with Bill Spencer now lurking on the sidelines, ready to invest in any rival that will crush Ridge. The bottom line, the period from December 15th to the 26th is less about holiday cheer and more about a corporate and familial reckoning. Steffy's chilling ultimatum proves she is willing to burn bridges to secure her future, and Katie's dramatic walkout signals the rise of a formidable new rival in Los Angeles. Forrester versus Logan is now Forrester versus Logan versus Spencer. The game has changed, and the fashion landscape will never be the same. And the beautiful fans, because the next 2 weeks in Los Angeles are poised to deliver an emotional hammer blow that will shatter the fragile peace surrounding Katie Logan. Despite what appeared to be a stunning new chapter for the resilient Logan sister, a double wedding and the promise of a brilliant new future, the soap gods have decided her happiness is simply too good to last. The high engagement, emotionally charged spoilers for the weeks of December 15th through December 26th, 2025, promise a dazzling array of romance and professional triumphs, but lurking beneath the surface is a wave of sad news and career upheaval that will leave Katie stunned, heartbroken, and facing the biggest decision of her life. A whirlwind of joy and a crushing halt. The week kicks off on a seemingly euphoric high. Liam and Hope's long-anticipated reunion culminated in a beautiful ceremony, but it was the impromptu, shock-and-awe proposal from Bill Spencer to Katie Logan that stole the headlines. Ring the sudden Beatty wedding, a false dawn of happiness. In classic Bill Spencer style, the man of 1,000 apologies didn't just propose. He orchestrated a same-day, impulsive wedding, December 15th, 2025. This grand gesture, meant to solidify his commitment after years of tumultuous on-again, off-again drama, initially left Katie reeling, but ultimately overjoyed. She said yes, and the couple tied the knot with their immediate family, seemingly sealing a triumphant, romantic comeback. But the real shocker, and the first sign that this happiness might be dangerously unstable, was Bill's extravagant wedding gift, Katie's very own fashion house. The gift, a brand new, fully funded fashion company, designed to make Katie an independent player in the ruthless world of Los Angeles fashion. The implicit message, Bill's desire to see Katie empowered and separate her from the shadow of Forrester Creations and her sisters. For a moment, it was everything Katie ever wanted. Love, commitment, and a career where she could truly be her own boss. But as the week progresses, the joyous bold and the beautiful spoilers pivot sharply. The sad news isn't a single event, but a series of compounding emotional and professional crises that force Katie to confront the reality that her dream marriage to Bill might come at a devastating cost. The professional betrayal, Katie's career crossroads. The honeymoon period lasts all of one day. By Wednesday, December 17th, the spoilers indicate Katie is grappling with a monumental career decision, and by Thursday, December 18th, she reveals to Bill what is holding her back. This is where the sad news hits Katie square in her professional life. Broken heart, humiliation at Forrester Creations. Before her marriage, snippets revealed Katie was already insulted and taken aback at Forrester Creations. Rumors of Donna Logan stepping into Katie's role as head of PR, a decision seemingly made by Brooke and Donna, potentially in conjunction with Ridge, hit her hard. They claimed it was out of concern for her heart health and the stress of previous events. But to Katie, it feels like a professional betrayal and a humiliating demotion. Feeling replaced. Katie realizes her sisters, the ones who always claimed to protect her, have made a major professional decision for her, treating her like she's too fragile to handle her own career. The new fashion house dilemma. Bill's generous gift now becomes an unavoidable choice. If she accepts the new fashion house, she is cutting ties with her family legacy at Forrester. If she stays, she accepts a demoted role under the shadow of her sisters. This is the first piece of sad news that stuns Katie. The realization that the Logans, particularly Brooke, have fundamentally undermined her professional standing, forcing her hand toward Bill's offer. Brooke's eventual reaction, where she's reportedly in disbelief at Katie's news, December 19th, only confirms the Logan matriarch's lack of true understanding of Katie's need for independence and respect. The looming dark cloud, health and family fears. The sad news isn't limited to the boardroom. The Bold and the Beautiful has a long history of using Katie's fragile heart condition as a perpetual source of drama, and the stress of recent events, the terrifying saga involving Will, Luna, and the baby, has taken a toll. Stethoscope Katie's health fears resurface. While not explicitly detailed in the current 2-week spoilers, the underlying threat of a medical crisis is always the darkest shadow hanging over Katie's happiness. Earlier hints about the Logan's worry over her stress levels and the context of the PR demotion suggest her health is on their minds. The high drama of a second impromptu wedding and the pressure of launching a new company are precisely the kind of events that could trigger a medical scare. The underlying sad news that Katie must face is her own mortality and vulnerability, forcing her to consider Will's future should the worst happen. Sad but relieved face, Will's wounds, and the lingering Luna horror. Katie's son, Will Spencer, is one of the key people she confides in on Thursday, December 18th, about what is holding her back. This conversation is laced with sad news, not about Katie's future, but about her past trauma and Will's lingering pain. The Luna connection, the tragic and disturbing events involving the late Luna Nozawa and her influence over Will are still fresh wounds. Katie wants a clean, safe future for her son. Bill's role. While Bill has been a dedicated partner through this crisis, Katie must question if any happiness can truly erase the memory of the horrible situation their family endured. Her reluctance to embrace the new fashion house might stem from a sudden desire to scale back the high-stakes drama and focus solely on Will's emotional healing, proving she is not too distracted by career glory. The true sadness for Katie is the recognition that even the greatest happiness, a new marriage and a new company, cannot fully heal the family scars left by the shocking and violent twist of Luna's death and its impact on Will. Collision, the Forrester versus Spencer fashion war, a collision course. The final, high-octane part of the 2-week spoilers revolves around the dramatic professional changes that will ultimately cement Katie's stunning choice and lead to further sadness for her sister Brooke. Smiling Face with Horns Thomas's return and the rising tensions. On Thursday, December 18th, a massive, engagement-boosting development occurs. Thomas Forrester makes a surprise return to Forrester Creations. His return instantly ignites a professional civil war. By Friday, December 19th, Steffy and Hope but heads about firing Deke. This confirms that Steffy is pushing to replace Deke Sharp, a key designer and Hope's half-brother, with her own brother, Thomas. This power struggle is the perfect storm that finally solidifies Katie's move. Seeing her sister's families plunge into a new war for control, a war she's been trying to escape for years, makes Bill's promise of a new, independent empire incredibly appealing. Face screaming in fear Brooke's disbelief, the sadness of sibling separation. The most telling sign of the emotional fallout comes on Friday, December 19th, when Brooke is in disbelief at Katie's news. Brooke, blinded by her own long-running obsession with Forrester Creations and her relationship with Ridge, likely assumed Katie would simply endure the demotion and choose loyalty over independence. Brooke's disbelief confirms she fundamentally misread her sister's deep-seated need to be taken seriously.